Hey, welcome to Earthy Goddess Mama. It is the 22nd of October 2018, and I'm here today for your daily tarot reading. Welcome. This is the first time to my channel. My name is Kathy, and this is a completely general reading. I'm just feeling into the general astrological energies, then using the tarot to see what the messages want to come through. But if you've been guided here today, there could be a message here for you. So the moon has moved into Aries as of 5:58 this evening. I specifically left the reading until this time because, like I said, I did the reading late last night and the energies were really Piscean, moon in Pisces, a lot of water with Scorpio around. So today, this evening, and as you wake up tomorrow as well, you will feel more impulsive, more courageous, more spontaneous, direct, infused with energy, new energy to break ground, just like charge ahead, like Mars rules Aries. So it's very fiery, very self-oriented, focused on your own feelings, quite impatient, wanting to get things done now, not wanting to wait. So when you're focused on your own feelings, you may neglect the feelings of those around you. So you really feel this, and you need to be careful that you're not led to reckless behavior, yeah? You're not going to second guess yourself. So there is the tendency to maybe assert yourself more, with more passion and fire than perhaps the situation might warrant. So it's really important to try balancing passionate feelings and this sort of confrontational energy that's around with inspired, focused action. So putting that fire into creative pursuits or doing something really physical, like I'm hearing, wheelbarrowing mulch and putting it on your garden, because that's kind of what I need to do tomorrow. So it's kind of perfect, that sort of energy, something very physical. Sports, competitive sports is perfect with moon in Aries. You really have that energy and that drive and that will to succeed. And so there is the moon in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries. So something may come up with, if perhaps I'm hearing that if you charge ahead and you say something perhaps that triggers another, and then it's sort of that mirroring effect that brings a wound to the surface, I'm hearing. Even though, sorry, Chiron, did I say Chiron and Aries? No, Chiron has moved back into Pisces, so, but it's still conjunct. They're side by side because, it's right there. It's in the final degrees of Pisces. I think it's like, let me just see, sorry. Yeah, it's 28 degrees Pisces, so it's right, on the cusp, on the edge of the 12th house, Chiron and Pisces. So I'm hearing that there's a lot of fear surrounding disconnection with spirit. Like things are coming up and you could be fearless to face these wounds, but you're feeling kind of isolated in what's going on. You don't know how to, really articulate your feelings. You might want to just go solo, because Aries can be quite independent and feeling kind of imbalanced in what you're feeling and not sure how to really get to the depth of it. But because we have Mercury in Scorpio, this is beneficial, especially with it sextiling Pluto in Capricorn, because there's the ability to really uncover deep hidden information, deep hidden wounds, hidden feelings, and something, I'm hearing taboos, anything that you've sort of not accepted yourself about. Like maybe you've had this deep fantasy that's, constantly comes up, and like you might feel some guilt and some shame surrounding this particular fantasy. But I'm hearing that, when you accept your divinity and drop into that Piscean energy, that Chiron Pisces, understanding that when you sit with the fears that you're disconnected with spirit, you'll ultimately come back with a deep knowing and a deep trust that you can never be separate from spirit. Only in your mind you create that separation. And so when sitting with those deep fears, you allow that uncomfort to come up. You allow that uncovering of that hidden information that may have felt that, because we've been so conditioned for good, bad, God, the devil, burning in the fiery depths of hell if you have some shameful sexual fantasy or something that doesn't be deemed suitable by society. Feeling into your divinity and feeling in your connection with all that is, you will understand that you are a unique creative expression of the divine, and that you're loved just because you are, regardless of anything that may have transpired in your life, or any fantasy you might have, or anything that you feel some mental shame for, some feelings of guilt for. There's the ability to transform and transmute those energies today and come back to become like an ultimate authority of your own personal power. This is who I am. Just because I fantasize about something, that is not the whole of who I am. That is but a tiny aspect of the whole of me. And when you integrate that aspect of you into the whole of who you are, then you become more powerful because you know yourself. I mean, the ultimate goal of this lifetime is self-actualization. Know thyself. Because when you do, nothing can touch you. You are so in your own fire and your own power. It's not ego, it's just understanding your sacredness and your connection to all that is. Your unity consciousness. Crown chakra energy. But Aries is more, it's solar plexus because it's fire. The moon in Aries is also trine Jupiter and Scorpio. So you can really create some expansion and some opportunities and abundance through focusing your energy in the right way to do something really physical and productive. Or like really using that fearlessness to face your wounds, that strength, that fire to burn through what may have kept you stuck in the past, I'm hearing. But you also have Moon in Aries squared Saturn in Capricorn. So this could go the other way. You could shut down emotionally because of structures, because of tradition, because of you were told that is shameful, you do things this way, that is bad, that is not accepted by society, and you feel limited in your expression of yourself, I'm hearing. You want to shut down a part of yourself, and to do that you have to kind of shut down emotionally, yeah? You have to stop feeling, and it's not a nice place to be. When you shut down your emotions, when you don't feel, I mean, I think we've probably all been there in our lives from time to time. I know I spent a good chunk of a decade, I reckon, not wanting to feel. I didn't know how to feel. I'd do everything I could to not feel. But there's got to be a time where you're ready to, that pain's always going to be there. And it's bigger when you've tried to shut it down through various means, and a lot of the time you're losing self-respect, your own sense of self-respect and your own authenticity. There's masks galore that have to be in place when you're living without emotion, without feelings, without that emotional guidance system to let you know where you're at, to let you know that you need to sit with this. But when you don't want to feel, you just don't have access to that. It's shut down. So today is a real potent time to step into that fearless warrior energy and face those wounds. Allow them to be transformed. Allow the hidden to come to the surface. Let it be perfect just as you are. It doesn't matter. And if it's a fantasy, if it's in your head, who's it hurting? Who's it hurting? Nobody. So really it all comes back to compassion for self. Treat yourself like you would a friend telling you this story. Treat yourself like your best friend or your child. Treat yourself like a little child when you're struggling with something. You deserve it. You deserve your love and compassion as much as you give it to everybody else. And Buddha made a really strong statement, there's no sense of enlightenment if you cannot show love and compassion and kindness to yourself. I don't know if they were the exact words, but the gist of the message was that. It's got to come from, you've got to treat yourself with reverence and honor the way you treat other people. And there can be a lot of healing and a lot of stepping into your own personal power when you do so today. Sorry for all the background noise. 2 extra boys in our home at the moment. It's really beautiful. We have family staying. So sweet. 5 lovely boys in the house. Yay. So I have the Celtic Tarot today, gifted to me by a beautiful friend, Anna. So let's see just what wants to come up today. If we can see if there's any of that transformative energy that I was talking about. We have the 2 of Pentacles, so there's juggling. And the 8 of Cups again, we had that last night. So leaving behind anything that does not emotionally fulfill you, because you want to fulfill your wishes. You want to fulfill your heart's desires. There's a desire here to stop juggling, to let go of things that are draining your energy. You're really sitting with, there's still the Sun in Libra. In the last final degrees, Sun moves into Scorpio early hours of the 23rd here, Australian Daylight Saving Time. But so you've still got this time where it's relationships. It's like before we move into that depth of feeling, that intensity, that magnetism, that deep, like, because we're going to have Venus, Mercury, Jupiter and Sun in Scorpio in a couple of days. You're leaving behind anything that's making you juggle, making you feel like it's an infinite struggle. I'm hearing people that are draining your energy, that are taking away from you because you want a wish fulfillment. You want giving and receiving. You want reciprocity. You want someone that gets you, that gives you as much as you give them, because you're feeling really unemotionally fulfilled right now and feel like that you have to juggle, that life's a juggle at the moment. Yeah, you want a sense of fairness. This is Libra, so this is the final degrees of Libra, which is why I didn't mention that in the astrology. We have still the square, the square with Uranus and Taurus. Sun opposes Uranus and Taurus, so course it does, because it's about to move into Scorpio. Scorpio is Taurus's opposing sign. So, like I said yesterday, there's sudden shifts in like your expression, your self-expression. You've got to a place where you've just had enough and it's time, and this is the Aryan energy as well. You have that fearlessness, that ability to really speak your mind, be a real authentic expression of who you truly are. You've allowed that integration, that transformation to happen, and there's a sense of balance and harmony within yourself when you do so. When you let go of what's not serving you, when you realize that you know what you want now, you know what you desire, you know what you're working towards, which is Pluto and Capricorn, Saturn and Capricorn. Capricorn knows the goal, where they want to go, and the mountain goat will do anything to get there. So it means transformation. It means not allowing that rigidness, that Saturnian energy of structure, to really, like, there's a sense of such completion, to break down old traditions and conditioning, to break out of the mold and truly express who you are. There's a completion of old cycles. There's a completion of something that you were juggling. Something's going to be just dropped and walked away from, because you've completed the lesson. There's so much wisdom, fulfillment, wholeness that's come through illuminating these wounds, through sitting with your feelings, through transforming and transmuting old painful patterns. Yeah, just a sense of wholeness here. Losing light. Yeah, there's a sense of wholeness and completion. So old cycles are completing. There's a sense of fairness. There's a sense of peace and harmony with this realization that a whole part of your life is over. You're closing the door, closing the book. That part of your life is finished, and now it's time to take a step into the new, to heart's desires, where your goals are, what do you want to achieve, and are the people in your life helping you get there, or are they hindering you, or are they draining your energy? Because we have the Lovers, so it is about relationships, it is about partnership, looking for someone who is a clear reflection of who you are. This is what's been coming up over and over again. Someone where there's equality in giving and receiving. It's a reflection you truly want to see. You see the sacredness in each other. You love what you see. I'm hearing there's a sense of being super inspired by the other, by your beloved. It is very fulfilling. It's like there is such, this is Libran energy, this is harmony and peace. It's easy. It's easy, this connection. It's heart's desires, because it's how mature spiritual connections are supposed to be, with no drama, no ego, no one-upping. It's just a friendliness, a beautiful exchange of support and love. And there's a bountiful harvest here, which I heard straight away, Jupiter. So that trine with the moon in Aries, with Jupiter Scorpio, is a bountiful harvest, 28. Sorry, the light's really fading. Can you see me? Sorry, I'm here in the garden most of the day today, so they're rough. Okay, bountiful harvest. You have access to the infinite source of love and resources provided by Mother Earth and the universe. There are no demands, requirements, or conditions that affect your ability to access the supply. This is a wonderful reminder and the absolute truth pertaining to the abundance that is available to you. Grant your abundance the opportunity to flow into your life It will reshape your perspective. It will strengthen and nourish you. This phase holds a plenitude of affluence and fertility. You are lucky and blessed. Yes, this is heart's desires. This is Venus. Like, there's a completion of lack consciousness. There's a completion of feeling like you're not deserving. You don't deserve pleasure in your life. You don't deserve to receive. You've just been giving and giving and giving and giving, feeling completely depleted. Now is the time to let go of that. Let go of what is not emotionally fulfilling you. That cycle of overgiving is now complete. There's Venus here. You're attracting someone that is going to be, they're going to bring this sense of abundance, fertility, prosperity, richness, beauty, heart's desires into your life. This is ultimate pleasure. This is ultimate wish fulfillment. So allow it to come in. There's a beautiful practice that you can do. You can get yourself, curl yourself up into a ball, breathe in, and then be down on the floor, like in that yoga move where you sort of like all crouched in, and then so you breathe in and feel like clinging and holding tight, and then you could liken it to giving, like you're giving of yourself, you're giving to yourself, and then you open yourself wide out on the floor. You can put if you want to gain strength from it and do it like yoga, you can have your legs up and your arms wide, or just do it flat on the floor, and breathe out through your fingertips and your feet and just say, I'm open to receive, and do it like 3 times. Come in again, breathe in, and then open yourself up, so I'm open to receive. There is an abundance of pleasure, beauty, love, riches for everyone. We just got to understand that we all are deserving, just because we are. We deserve all good things, yeah? But if we get stuck in the shame and the guilt and the trauma of the past, it's hard to really find that level of self-acceptance. It might be self-hatred and rejection, and I totally can feel into compassion for that, because I spent years in a space of unforgiveness and self-hatred. It's not a fun place to be, but you can get out of it when you understand that, you know, with time and with healing, of really just peeling back the layers, and just softening more and more into that love and compassion for yourself. Show yourself as much love as you possibly can muster. You'll get there, yeah. And then you allow all this good, all this pleasure to just flow into your life effortlessly, and you will just, it will just open up more and more and more for you. Anyway, that's enough. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday, and I shall see you tomorrow. Big love, blessings, bye.